And then by the 6th month, we should be cash flow positive. By the 12th month, we should be on a run rate to make X amount in revenue, which at a X multiple, the company will be worth that much, you know? So then what we need to do for year 2 is we need to put fuel on that thing and just do more of that same for the 2nd year, and on the 3rd year, and on the 4th year, you're ready for an exit. You know? So it's like there's a plan in place before we're going to start something at this point.
And then how do you like know when to quit though? Like say like a lot of entrepreneurs are out there like starting businesses and they're doing that, following that plan, but then they're just like, it's almost like a gambling addict, almost like, oh, I could bet more, I could win. How do you like tell people like, how do they know when
when's
to
the time
cut bait?
to just lace them up? Like when do you know?
When to hold them, when to fold them?
Yeah, when do you know? Is it just like because like you said, you guys in the beginning got to that point where it's like, I don't know. Like when
it's hard, dude. It's different. It's the different stages, right? Like if it's your livelihood that like you have everything invested in, you've been in for 10 years, and you know it's hard to cut bait and just do something different. You know, it's a different thing. But when you're playing with like house money, for example, and you're able to like bet into this one thing, it's like playing blackjack. It's like you've been at the table for, 12 hours. You know, it's time to
throw a hand.
Yeah. But if it's like your last dollar on the fucking line, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna fight until you're up. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the stage. It's hard to tell somebody when to fold. But normally the market will speak to you. If the market doesn't want your product and you're just trying to jam it down people's throat, then it doesn't work.
That must be such a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? As a business owner, and you're just like giving it everything, and the market's just the market.
Yeah, and it could be just like that happened. I know we talked about the marinara sauce before, but I think that happened there a little bit, where the market wasn't willing to pay the price that we had for the product, even though it was a superior product. I still think it was the best product on the market, but the market spoke where people weren't willing to pay that amount of money for us to be profitable in the business. And at that point we had a decision to make: either keep going and keep investing and keep putting time in, and we don't, or cut bait and try something different. And that was a decision we made at the time because it was the right decision, and it ended up being the right decision for us at the time.
Right.
We ended up starting Nutray. We stopped that and went all in with Nutray at the time.
It was 2018.
Yeah, 2018. So at that time, it was like we were at a fork in the road. We made that decision. So nobody can answer that for you, but normally the market will speak, and it's either your product, the market doesn't want it, or the price point is off, or the quality is off, or just the product itself, there's no room for it on the market, you know? So you have to listen to the market. You can't be like ignorant to that. You have to put your ego aside and try to look at it from like a 30,000 foot view. So
I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
That was a monologue of a quality answer.
Vinny, good job doing the questions, right?
Thank you.
Round of applause
you.
for Vincenzo.
Yep. Thank you.
Off the bench.
We asked him to be in. We asked him to be in here like 10 minutes before the thing started.
I probably less. I just called you up. I called you up. I was like, "Yep, you want to be on the podcast?" Yeah.
Hey, happy to be here. Happy to do it. Like I said, you guys are great, and just feel like I'm, taking a step where I'm just like surrounded by the right people, and I think that's super important in anything. It just, it's hard to be a bum when you're like around people, like you guys. So
we do need to increase the volume of videos that we're putting out, Vinny. So
yep.
Now we're quality.
They're going up.
Can't sacrifice quality for
but we do need quantity. Well, that'll be a story for another day.
Alrighty.
All right.